It's hard to believe it, but we're here yet again with another episode of Questions. I'm Dan McDowell, and tonight we've got a very special guest. He's a man that does need an introduction because he needs his ego stroked, and he'll probably be dissecting me while we're at it. Please welcome to the stage, Dr. Bill McGraw. How about that right hand of Christian fellowship, my brother? You can probably tell we've upped the ante in the studio a little bit after good viewership the past couple of episodes. We've literally, overnight, become a success story. And today, Dr. Bill will take us to a brand new place, a new state of mind. I'm going to hand it over to you, Dr. Bill, in just a second. But I got to ask you one question first. Sure, what's that? Are you really a certified psychologist? Well, that's kind of a loaded question. Realistically, what is a psychologist? I mean, you ask these questions like the average Joe is really going to know the answer. You're skirting the question, Dr. Bill. I need clarity. What are your credentials? Well, I've been nationally syndicated online, on YouTube, and other platforms, and I'm practically a household name. Practically. But you do know you're riffing and ripping off Dr. Phil, right? Dr. Bill is not synonymous with household names just yet. I don't mean to discourage you. Well, let me tell you something. I've watched over 1,000 episodes of Dr. Phil, and I've got him figured out just so. So I don't need some random guy like you telling me what does or doesn't work. I could pick your brain apart faster than you could finish your cup of coffee there, but I'm not going to do that today. All right, Dr. Bill, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Oh, I'm not offended. I can just see insecurity in a man. Fair enough. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors. Tonight's episode's been sponsored by Lawnmower Incorporated's Motor Rower Jr. You could have your lawn looking spiffy within minutes, assuming you've got a small lawn. This lawnmower will do everything. And remember, if you want me to be your TV pitchman, your video pitchman, whatever I need to be, I might be available. Cameras aren't rolling yet, are they? No, Dr. Bill, not yet. Well, all right. I think I've got this figured out. I'm going to run the next segment. We're going to make it look like you don't quite know what you're talking about. And I'm going to look like the genius I need to look like. Dr. Bill, that's not how this works. This is my program, not yours. Oh, we're on. All right, we're back with Dr. Bill. Dr. Bill, we were asking some questions about your credentials, and you skirted the issue. Do you care to elaborate upon your training methodology? How did you become Dr. Bill? Well, I like to think of it more of a moniker of sorts. It's like a stage name. Okay. But calling yourself a doctor and being a doctor are two different things. Well, I see your point of view. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. We're all entitled to our own opinions, right? Well, you're the shrink, not me. Well, that's just it. There's a difference between a shrink and a TV psychologist. And I'm not even a TV psychologist. I just do it online. I see your point. I'd really like to cut to the chase on this matter. We don't have a lot of time. We're losing viewers by the second. Oh, I don't think so. You just turn on that southern charm and people will stay tuned right in. I've been getting sponsorship deals left and right. I've sponsored duct tape. I've sponsored air conditioning units. I've sponsored little toy cars. Dr. Bill, these accolades have nothing to do with your intelligence in the field of psychology. Is there any way that we can direct you toward all this practical, quote-unquote, advice that you keep trying to give people on your channel? Well, we'll think about it. I notice you keep saying we. Isn't it just you? Well, truth is, Dan, I've been living a bit of a lie, and it's working out well for me and for Dr. Phil. Is that right? Truth is, Dan, I am Dr. Phil. Really? Well, I'll pull out my wallet on the commercial break and we'll call it square. But I'm not going to show that on TV. Too much personal information. All right. Wow. You really are Dr. Phil. I didn't know you'd sink to such a low.
You better watch what you're saying, boy. My mama raised me not to talk to other people like that. I'll take you backstage and I'll show you what a real man can do.
Dr. Phil, this is highly inappropriate. I don't think I can approve this for our viewers.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will, boy.
Dr. Phil, Dr. Bill, whoever you are, please calm down.
Not till I'm through with you, son. Say uncle. Say uncle.
All right, I'm going to get this conversation back on track, Dr. Phil. We're going to go back out there and we're going to set things straight once and for all.
We'll just see about that.
Welcome back to another episode of Dr. Bill. I've got Dan McDowell sitting on my couch trying to clear his grievances, clear the air. And he's finally accepting the fact that I am the go-to source for all things wise, intelligent, and beyond his limited comprehension. Dan, any comments? Well, at least the couch is comfy. Dr. Bill, I think it would really do our audience a favor if we could close this out on a more positive note, because to be honest with you, I think we've wasted a lot of time. Well, your goal is to not be about much, right? Yeah, you could say that. Well, I'd say the matter's considered resolved. Come on your show anytime. Well, Dr. Bill, Dr. Phil, whoever you are, keep on keeping on, and maybe we'll have you back, but I doubt it. Thanks again. God bless. Without sponsors and viewers like you, shows like this wouldn't be possible. So thank you for your support. And remember, the next time you have a fake psychologist on your program, make sure you ask all the right questions before it's too late.